Yeah, I don't know. It must have been the game just freezing up. Well, anyway, good morning. Happy Friday. We're gonna do a little more cosmetics on this thing, and I think I want to move on to the outside. I'm really not looking forward to wanting to do this floor just yet. I think I got burnt out a little bit doing this entire floor, which I know I'm gonna have to go back into this floor and adjust some colors and stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to do something different, and I need to figure out what I want to do for the outside. Let me run some power over here so I can fly. Where's my power line? There it is. Let's see. Let's just steal. Let's steal some power from somewhere over here. It'll work. I've run a few of them out here so I can zoom around without falling all over the place. All right, that should be good enough for now. So I was thinking, and as most of y'all probably know that play this game enough, everything always ends up being square or rectangular shaped, just out of natural form and function of how things are placed. And I don't want that. I don't want just like a big old box sitting here, right? I don't think that's what we're going for. So I've kind of been kicking around, you know, what's the next obvious step for something that's square or rectangular, that has multiple levels, and that's something pyramid looking. So I kind of want to play with that idea for a minute and see if I can't formulate something else that's a little bit more. So I don't want it just to be one big giant pyramid. I want some depth and stuff to it. But I also don't know, you know, to get the proper angles for some of this stuff. You know, I'm gonna have a lot of dead space. You know, if I come off, you know, just let's do this for an example. This is our steepest wall. Well, that already made it to the ground. All right, so that would be the steepest that this thing would be, right? Which for this to intersect properly on all four sides, I mean, I guess that's not too tall. Let's see if we can get a better kind of bird's eye view over here. I mean, that's not horrendous. I mean, maybe we can start with that. But obviously, like right here, we're gonna have to come out with our floor a few more rows so we don't clip through this. Let's fly back over there. Let's go ahead and get that done now. And then I can start kind of thinking about how... Nope, I want all those. Thinking how we can make this thing a little bit more interesting. I mean, it's not going to be perfect, obviously, because we got a road over here. We got excess stuff over there. I also was kicking around at one point, thinking about doing, come on, like a reverse pyramid. I don't know if I don't know if that shape has got an unofficial name, but something along the lines of where it's its flattest at the top. Of the structure, and then it slopes negative towards the ground. But my only concern with that is, you know, you're going to lose a lot of the visual. You know, you're going to see more boxy. Let's just run this to the end for now. You're going to see more boxiness. Can't reach there? Oh no, we're out of power. Why can't you? There we go. Okay, now, and I also thought, let me see, I wonder if I could pull up a picture of it. I don't think I can. Hold on, let's check a second. Let me see if I can. Tab out real quick. You know, I was thinking about doing something that's stepped. Like a stepped pyramid, but you know, I'm not looking, there's no Google images that are kind of depicting what I was thinking about doing. So I was thinking more something along the lines of this, and this will be crude, right? At some point having a wall section, maybe too high. We're just going to use these as kind of rough pieces. All right, so this is one portion of one level. But this plane continues on. Something like this. except for a portion of it, right? Like that. But I kind of wanted it more recessed. So maybe not even that. Maybe it's... Let me think here. It's hard to kind of put out there what I was... Oh, how about this? This is kind of what... This is more what I was thinking. You go away. Come on. I think that may be too tall for what I was going for, but maybe not. Let's throw this in. Yeah, I was thinking more something along these lines right here, where I could put some lighting up underneath here. And not even necessarily stepping it like this, you know, at this floor height. Maybe even making it random, because you're gonna have a lot of extra space. 05-1 looking good, thank you. You know, because we're gonna have a lot of dead space down here, right? Like, I'm just kind of excess flooring. Either I leave it completely open, or I'm gonna have to extend this you know, this foundation, this flooring out to wherever this hits. So the question would be, is this substantial enough? Like, do I need to go up one more? I think I would need to go up one more. Storage, yeah. You know, I've got some storage down below, but you know, I'm definitely need to put. This is the power plant. I don't know if you can tell by all these. I'm making turbo fuel, so I've got this big area over here. You know, I still need to put down, re-put down. What are these things? Whatever these augmenters. All right, so I was thinking about this little open space I had over here for these, and I need to put some battery stuff in. So I may utilize all this space down here with, you know, all this dead space basically for batteries and stuff like that. All right, so this is a little bit more. I need to grab some more power. I keep falling. This is a little bit better. Let's think for the size of this building. This extra little height here, and like I said, we can put some lighting under here. I can just temporarily throw the white light on there. Come on. Yeah, something along those lines. I mean, now it's gonna be fun when I get to these corners and making this work. Emergency park. Yeah, so I've got where's, let me show you. I mean, it's not enough right now. The backup's not enough, but I've got a backup. So this power plant is doing 100,000 megawatts, and then I've got this 3375 extra. So this is the original coal power plant that I built way back when I first started. It's got some batteries and stuff over it, over at it. So, you know, eventually yes, I do need to have some redundancy in case this thing just goes tits up, which it's been running for hours and hours and hours and fairly stable. So, where was I? So yeah, I think this is what I think I want to do this. So we need to blueprint this or work on an iteration of a blueprint. Let me throw boom, 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 boom. So I think if we start, yeah, exactly, stable until you run out of something, which could easily happen because I'm reliant on. I mean, the oil's never going to run. Well, I say never, right? Don't ever say never. I've got water and oil that are just coming straight from machines, right? But I am bringing in all the sulfur through trucks and drones. Where's my drones at? Speaking of, I guess there's one right there. There's one there and one there. I imagine they're still working. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, drones are still working. Anyway. Yeah, so essentially, if all I've got built right now in this world is this power plant and a starter factory, right, which is taking me hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours to do both. So, you know, technically that 3300 that I've got over there at the original coal power plant, if this power plant went offline, is just about enough to handle keeping the starter factory going. Yeah, it may be a little bit short, but it's fairly close. All right, so how do I want to do this? Dun, dun, dun. So we offset it by 2, which I think works. Okay, coloring. I want this fairly dark, but how dark can I get with this concrete? It's pretty dark. I think that's the darkest black I have. Is this the one that I went negative on? It is. Okay, and then we're going to want a light, which we can change the color. We can change the color later. Do I want to try to suck that up a little bit? No, I don't. It won't. And that was a small nudge. I don't think I got that centered. I did not get that centered. One, 2.5, 1, 2.5. Okay, that's centered. And I do think we need some accent lighting that's running through here. Let me just plop a few of the... I have any close by I can just steal. Get this one here. I want to do some sort of a red on this. I want the outside to reflect, you know, this is turbo fuel. All right, which is a red. This is where I've kind of struggled on the internal side, right? Like I want that effect down here. But when you run red along these, it's just way too much. Way too much. We really don't get the right effect unless global illumination's on. Let me pop that on real quick. That's at a 2. That's at a 2. I mean, see that red kind of washes out the white light. All right, we're going to have to probably play with several versions of this. All right, let us walls, roof. So I've been kicking around a few different things. I want to, where'd my walls go? Steeled walls, concrete walls. Let's put it as concrete for now. All right, how many can we get before it make... What? We can go outside the blueprint now? No, that's not right. I won't let you go that way. Huh, interesting. I don't know if that'll actually build properly. Now, I was thinking about doing some sort of signage that shines out from the inside. Instead of it just being one big blank, you know, black wall. Let's save this as a kind of a temporary and throw one down and see what it looks like. Let's just call this temp power plant exterior wall. Actually not temp, we'll do version 1. Just throw one of these down and see what we got. Don't need blueprint mode. Just default is fine. Come on, build, build, build. Sure. All right, let's delete all this. I say sure, I didn't do... Alright, we're gonna delete that. I forgot I went up 2 on this. Alright, take 2. Oh, I can't do this because I'm right on... Oh, but I can do it along here. I must be outside the blueprint when I'm here. Gigglesby, maybe add some concrete pillars. Adds a bit of... Yeah, I need to add something for sure. I think I want to get a few of these down first and just kind of see how it's... how it's looking with a couple of them. Oh, that's in the wrong spot. You know, with a couple of them in a row to kind of get a better sense of before I like finalize. What are we doing here? There we go. All right, as much as this looks good, I need to take this global illumination off. It tanks my... FPS. I don't know what it looks like on the stream, but it's choppy while I'm playing it. My computer's not the best, I can promise you that. I'm actually surprised. I've done a few builds that I thought would surely make my computer just smoke and blow up, and it hadn't yet. It's still working. I mean, heck, I'm still rocking a 2070. If that, like, this computer is ancient. All right, so what I was thinking about, go ahead and delete all this. So like I said, I was thinking about having something where like light shows through on the slanted portions of the pyramid. But I don't know if I necessarily want to build that into like the blueprint, because I want it to be random. And if I build it into the blueprint, it's not going to be random. So, you know, my next and only thought was, okay, we'll fine, build this entire thing, and then go back and randomly delete bits, right? Like delete this one. Heck, I don't even know if I could get in there. Well, let's see how we would get in there and do that. Large billboard. Yeah, it's not even wanting to suck in on that plane. You would have to do probably this. Architecture, painted beam, diagonal. That is not correct. See, this is why I kind of wanted to have it in the blueprint, because if I have to do this every single time, not something I'm looking forward to. Is that diagonal? Ish. No. No. Yeah, see, this would be tedious. Alright, we'll call that good. I was trying to suck it in a little. Yeah, see, I can't even, I'd have to go in further than that. So we'd have to do a double. I'd have to put one on top of the other to sink it back in here. No. Yeah, it doesn't even want to do it. No, right there. That's too far. No, it may not. Right there. Well, that's what I needed right there. So that sort of effect. But again, I want it random. So, how do you randomize it in a blueprint? I mean, the whole purpose of blueprints is to not have stuff random, right? That's $1 million question. You know, I could probably, well, I was gonna say I probably could build a blueprint of this setup at the right depth relative to this angle that would allow me to come in and place it. Make 2 blueprints, you can add them in whenever. True. You'd almost have to make, like, for a true randomness, you'd almost have to make, like, a little lag there. You know, for it to be random, I'd have to have a blueprint with it here, one with one here, like one with one here, one with 2. You'd have to just cycle through them as you placed them. Unless I'm not thinking about this correctly, which I may not be, right? I may just, but I want something like this. All right, but I'm gonna take this one off because I want to just throw a few of these down along here to get a idea. All right, save, and then I want to do one. I don't know if I want these lights solid. Maybe make it a single strip, then delete it. Yeah, you could do that, right? Not make it random, make it to where it's whatever you want, and then go back and delete them. I could do that. All right, I think I want one of these without this under light. We're gonna call it no light. All right, let's throw a couple of these things down and see how it looks in larger format. All right, we'll start with a light. Okay, that's where I wanted it. Should be able to just blueprint these suckers. Yeah. All right, then we'll do no light. Or wait, did I start with light? I started with light, so we need light. All right, let's run over here and see how that looks. See how it needs something, right? It needs something up here, for sure. You know, maybe it does need lights on every single one of them, right? Instead of skipping. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You'll also tell me if you wouldn't mind if the volumes are okay with the between the mic and the music playing. I was tweaking them in last stream, and I think I went too far, but I don't know. All right, yeah, no, I don't know if that's. It's almost like if you're gonna do that, why not do it solid? Just solid red light underneath that overhang. Wonder what that would look like. Clear. Load. I want the one with the light. Wait a minute, these don't do... Huh, I could have swore those hide their bezels. When you overlap them. Guess not. Depends on what angle you're going to be looking at it from. If you're above, might be better with more. Yeah, true. Alright, I mean, look how... This is with it solid, right? Let's try that. Save. But that's intense. But it's kind of the effect I was going for. Like, I feel like it's too much, and I feel like it's exactly what I want at the same time. I don't know if that makes sense. Let's go back further. Well, the red cuts out at a certain point, apparently. Oh, watch out, hog. I guess we're at the... Whatever my settings are, we're at the maximum distance for it to render. It's about here. And then you go to this angle and it's gone. Now it's back. All right, so we can't go too far away to look at it, but I mean, that's about what I wanted. I'm gonna leave it. I like it. I think I'm gonna run with it. Let me turn this. I need to hotkey this, so I don't have to do this. I don't even know if you can hotkey turning global illumination back on and off. Okay, I'm gonna leave this. I'm not gonna do any more. I wanna kind of build out this whole side to get the effect that I want, because I'm not necessarily sold on these bright white colors here. And or if this is all that I want in here. You know, it's almost like I want another row up here, but I don't know if they'd be washed out by, I know this is not in the blueprint, I'm just kind of throwing this on here to look. I don't know if these would be washed out by the red. And see, we've got this one right here. See what I mean? Kind of, even without global illumination on it, kind of washes it out. Okay, well, let's build a big sloped section so that we can kind of run down through here. I want to blueprint that because I don't want to do those just zoop, 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 zoop. Clear. All right, let's see if this will actually let us do this. Y'all hear that? There's a new sound effect. Hold on. I'm muting my music. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, y'all shouldn't hear my music. I'm actually gonna mute it on my end, so I don't hear it either. Okay, listen. Did y'all hear that noise? It's a new build noise. Huh. At least I don't remember ever hearing it before. It's almost like a... Turn the music back on. Almost like a gun sound. It's like boom, 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 boom. Oops, missed one. Missed one. No, it wasn't like an engine starting up. It's very... I mean, I could crank up the game audio. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's just I hadn't heard that sound before when zooping stuff, and because I don't think the floors were doing it, because I was just doing those foundations before. Let me see if I hear it. No, like that's the normal sound, right? Kind of like an engine, like revving up. this is... Hear it? It's like it's a different mechanical sound. Almost like a laser, maybe. Okay, then I'm going crazy. I just guess never realized it. Like I said, I knew that this sound, you know, doing the foundations with that revving up was normal, but this one, that was new, at least to me. Anyway, all right, let's save this as 5 by 10. 5 by 10 slope wall. Easy enough. Save blueprint. Oh, you haven't either? Yeah, I literally just, I mean, I don't even know if it's... Okay, so like 3 of them didn't do it. 4, 8. Here, it was completely different. So 5. Yeah, once you go to 5, it starts making that sound. Why I'm spending any time figuring that out, I don't know. But anyway, all right, let's throw one of these on. A couple of these on. Where did you grab on? Oh, what? Dun, dun. Maybe we don't need it on. Let's just put it on default. Nah, it needs to be on blueprint. And nudge the hell out of it. You're right. Since I missed that one. Good call. It was good call. So I need to delete this whole one. You know, to be honest, I'm just gonna, let me check something real quick. I don't even know if I need 10 on this side. I don't even need 10. Where does it break the ground? I mean, it won't hurt. It's just adding extra items into the 8. I mean, I'll need more as I go that way. Now we're gonna leave it at 10. Not a huge deal. Okay, let's resave this. Come on, come on. Nudge, 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 nudge. There we go. Oh, I took it off of blueprint. Need to keep it on blueprint. There we go. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, so it definitely needs some... It needs some lighting, and it needs some more, like, character. Like, that's just too plain. That is just way too plain. I don't... Let's see what we could do with it. Let's see what fun things we could do with it. You could add in, hold on, where are the... Is this what I'm looking for? Can I get some lights up there? Not really. I mean, sort of. Maybe cosmetic pipes. It needs something though, right? Like, it is too... Remediation? It's way too plain. Definitely way too plain. No, I wanted to suck that up in there. Red. Cancel. Too glossy. It's barely giving off any light. That is barely giving off any light. Let's see. Can I grab it? Oh. No, I didn't want to go diagonal on there. Come on. Come on. still didn't want to do it. Okay. What else could we do? Yeah, cosmetic pipes. Cosmetic pipes. What could we do with that? No, we can't go out of the blueprint, so we cannot go out of the blueprint. What about some lighting underneath this guy? Do the wall holes work on a slope? We can find out. We can definitely find out. Logistics. You're talking about these floor holes? Yeah. They seem to. I mean, let's plop one down and look. Yeah. That was the pipe wall hole. I mean, you can't do the floor one, but the wall one works. I'm assuming you were asking about that one. We could incorporate something like that in there. I wanted to see if I could. I really, really, really wish they would have put in 1.1 zoopable signs. Alright, so that one grabbed right there. Alright, it's like the slightest angle. It'll actually grab it. I don't know if I'm sold on that. What if we do this? We could do... clean pipe 1. Okay, we can't do that far up. How about there? I bet we got the same problem down here. that. All right, instead of me messing around with the flashlight, why don't we just turn daylight on? A little bit easier to see. Ooh, just hit my mic. Maybe I do need it to be dark. Or at least darker. Look at that sun. That's better. Moonlight. Work off the moonlight. Now, would you do that? You wouldn't do it every single one. Yeah, I don't know if I like that either. I feel like it still needs a little bit of something. You know, why don't we do... Yeah, you could do random ones too. What about the... Not glass roof, metal roof. Is that the one I'm looking for? No. Inner corner, outer corner. Is it the inner corner one? Same effect, just a different material. I wonder if we brought it out some more though. Can't bring it out much more. Yeah, because then it starts to clip. Well, you could do that. The true dormer look. I mean, you've got this gap here. Yeah, I think that's too much bringing it out like that. So do a combination of... I think I want to delete this one. I like this pipe idea, but I want to get some of the lighting in it. And what's going to be the best way to get the lighting in it? You know, we could do to give it some different depth is let's grab this. I say give it some depth. It won't make it'll be random, but it won't be random. Where's the intersection of these? It's in the wrong spot. All right, right there is where I want. Right on that shadow. There and there. Yeah, I was thinking about the small lights underneath there. Oh, don't fall. The problem with those are... Well, there's no problem with them. It's just it takes forever to put the damn things in. What size? These tiny ones? I think that's too small. Hell, even these... Oh, no, don't delete the pipe. Don't delete the pipe. It's almost like we need to go with these guys that we already go with. No, I want that one. There we go. Do the red. You know, will that give off enough light? With global illumination on it, probably will. Without it on, no. How far did I come off of there? It's not tight all the way. About there. Make a blueprint with just the lights, make it easier. Yes, you can. Now that there's infinite nudge out and vertical nudging without mods, before it was a nightmare. But yeah, technically what I just did right there, I could build one of those. Basically all I would do is save this and delete everything but the lights. So like, technically, it's been a minute since I've tried this, so let's rename this one. Don't clear it. That was close. This is 5x5. So we're gonna call this 5x5 exterior wall. Number one. Oh, I can't use the number sign. Version 1. How's that sound? Save. Now, if I want to delete. Save this as exterior wall light strip. Mark Wolf, want to say hey, how are you doing? So technically this should work. Hopefully I didn't lie to you. All right, completely clear it and reload back in this one. Now I should be able to grab this blueprint mode. Where'd it go? It's somewhere. Oh, I guess I'd have to put it like yeah, see, it can be done. It's just you have to nudge the hell out of it, right? See, there it is right there. Although you can't do it in the blueprint. Or maybe I'm outside the blueprint. Hold on, I can't tell my plane of existence here. Where is it? There it comes. Slowly but surely. See how much of this, like, just a pain in the rear. That looks like the right spot. And then you come over here. That should be it. Almost. See, I wasn't even close. But yes, it can be done. I just don't know if I'm going to do it. You know, I may just go ahead and build it in. Build it into these blueprints. I do want to see, though, if that's going to be enough lighting, right? So I know I keep turning this off and on and off and on, but until I get a new computer, I'm not just going to be playing with this global illumination just on all the time. Let's make it a little darker. Right, that moon is not. I want it dark, dark, dark. Right about there. Okay. I mean, up close, it's doing exactly what I want it to do. Far away, yeah, you kind of lose a little bit of it, right? So I'm curious. No, I don't want the pipe. I want the light. Why can't it? There we go. I don't like that. All right, why don't we run? How do we do this one with the wider? Which was the. What if I do a 2x? Well, can the 2x2 signs overlap each other? Oops. Let me check that before I spend my time running them. Okay, that's weird. I don't think they can overlap each other. All right, portrait signs. Can y'all overlap each other? This whole putting them on the diagonals, throwing things off. Way too big, right? Way too big. Yeah, that's too much. Maybe we just do two. All right, well, that's dead center. Okay, I like the effect from this side. All right, I think we're gonna run with this. Oh my goodness. Can you not grab this? Try building one next to the other one and offset it so you can place it over. Yeah, I thought about that. The problem with that is yes, that will work. I just don't know if I want to go if I do that. Are you talking about the bigger signs or the smaller sign? You talking like the 2x2s or these here? You're talking about like doing like this, right? One here, and then offset this one, right? Like have it. The problem these bigger ones. The problem with this, so I can offset them left and right, but since this is on, a slope, these are angled, it's not letting me look. So I'm doing the left and right, which makes sense, right? Well, up and down arrow keys, you'd expect it to go up the wall, but it doesn't. It sinks it down into the wall, and down brings it up, right? And then when you do the page up and page down, it does the same thing. So going up the wall, 2x4, I'll look at that one next. So going up the wall, it's not letting me do it. Now if I go here, I can overlap all day long. Right, like it's not, this isn't a problem, but when I'm going up this direction, it's not letting me nudge them correctly. I say correctly. They're probably doing it fine. 2x4. What's a 2x4? This is a 2x1, 2x3, 8x4. Is there a 2x4? I don't think there's a 2x4. 2x3. Anyway, so the game just can't do what I want it to do here because it's on a slope. So how can I use that? I don't know if I can use that. So the alternative to doing that is using these and just going like that all the way up. But in reality, that's not necessarily let's run a couple of them just to see. Maybe. Come on. There we go. See, like, I don't think we get more of an effect. Like, it's not substantially better, in my opinion, right? It's not substantially better going a little bit wider. So I'm thinking maybe just this, you know, just the one right up the middle. It's gonna be plenty for us. Let's just run this one here. I don't want pipe, bro. I don't want pipe. I want the sign. There we go. Let's just run this one here. Did I end that at the same spot? No. No. Is that the same spot? Close enough. Okay, I like that. Now what I was thinking, since we do have auto blueprint connect now, if I get this close enough, when I run these blueprints together, let's go down with this one. When I run these next to each other and I've got the auto blueprint connection done, going thing, technically those pipes should connect, right? Or am I crazy? I've never done a diagonal one of these before. All right, let's save this and just try it out. Let's see. Confirm. We probably wanted this on blueprint to grab something. All right, let's see how this looks. Well, it takes a minute to build, doesn't it? Heck, this red up here almost overpowers this. All right, let's do blueprint auto connect. Will it work? Bum, bum, bum. No, it will not. Bummer. That's fine. I may have set this up. Funny anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of don't mind. Delete these. Not feeling these ones on the side for sure. And all this red that we've got going up here seems to be washing this red out. You can put these vents on the diagonal. Could probably incorporate something like that in. What else could we do? The joining pipes in by hand, mix up different various slopes and decorations. Yeah, definitely. I just wanted to try to blueprint it so I didn't have to spend exorbitant hours hand putting stuff in, but I may end up having to do that, right? Like it just may be the thing for this thing. You know, maybe I can blueprint all this, you know, this first row of this all the way around, right? And then everything else I'm just sitting there plopping, zooping and plopping, and it just may be what it is, which I'm fine with. I was just trying to see if there's an easy blueprint method. Add junctions in the pipes. Add junctions in the pipes. You mean these guys? Yeah. You mean as far as decoration goes? I mean, there's tons of stuff. Yeah, I mean, you do. You know, we could make it to where the whole thing looks like, you know, it's actually part of the, you know, because all these blueprints have fuel and water and heavy oil residue and turbo fuel. I mean, we could make some sort of labyrinth of pipe that looks something along those lines as well. Dun, dun. All right. I'm gonna go back over here and look at this again. It still got me a little. Doesn't help that that's right in the way. See, maybe this needs a contrasting color. Not red. Since it got so much red up here. Pump some of the turbo fuel into the regular pipe. Yeah. I don't have extra. Like, this thing is as efficient as you can get. Well, I say that. I'm sure somebody else could get more efficient, but I'm literally making fuel. I'm making extra fuel. Like, let's go down there and look at that. I don't remember how much I'm per minute because I'm packaging it right now. Could technically do something with the fuel. Just have it circulating. But how are you going to see it, right? I don't know. What is dark down here with the global illumination on? Where's my sign? Yeah, I'm making 300 per minute packaged fuel from my excess. It's just getting sunk right now because I've already got 4 containers full of it. So yeah, thank you. I mean, this is the unfinished nasty floor. No, making petroleum coke, and this is making my rubber and plastic and, you know, packaged fuel as the byproducts. Get back upstairs. And then these are all the fuel generators, which I've been playing. This whole lighting thing is driving me insane. You know, generally speaking, I'm not a very creative person. And I don't know how many iterations on past streams and even off stream I've played with, like, this is regular light, like white light, right? This is like a dumbed down neon version from over at my starter factory. Then I've got some of the underneath in red, some of the underneath in the white light. Like, I can't figure out what the hell I want to do in here. And then you got the top floor making all the turbo fuel, and I don't know what I want to do up here. I've played around and put some yellow lights on this one, see how that would look. Definitely a work in progress. All right, what time is it? I've been going almost 2 hours. I'm gonna take a quick 5-10 minute break. Let me just run over here, or fly over here, and park it somewhere for a second. See if we can get a good shot of both of these. Yeah, right there will work. All right, I'm gonna take a real quick break, and I will be back. All right, I'm back. All right, let's see here. All right, I'm gonna turn this back off. I can move around in some semblance of decent speed. What if I did? I kind of like this effect, right? This staggered. Boom, boom, boom. Let me try something here. Save. Let's throw one of these in. This one. What in the hell's going on here? I'm off. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Let's just throw a handful of these on here so we can get a... Come on. Why is that not one to... There it goes. Bum, bum, bum. You know what we could do? Dun, dun. Could almost just kind of... do some randomness like that. That's kind of cool looking. Could even do... All right. I definitely need more power keep falling. Hold on. I don't know. I don't know. Almost seems like it's too much. Too much randomness. Let's go over here and look. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, something maybe along that iteration. What else we got to play with? No. Well, that's weird. It didn't... Why didn't it delete these as part of the blueprint? Because those were definitely part of the blueprint. Huh. Okay. What else can we do? What else can we do? My creative juices are definitely not flowing right now. All right, why are we not on Zoom? Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Something along those lines, maybe. Hmm. It's not centered again. Or is it? Yeah, it's centered. Boom, 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 boom. We'll just manually change these instead of flying up there and copy and pasting. Did I do 2? I think I did 2. Tim, are you going for a brutalist style? You know, I see what you're asking. I don't know what I'm doing is the problem. I mean, obviously this is extremely industrial with all of the fuel generators and the blenders and the refineries and all that stuff. So maybe, but I honestly, I just don't know. I don't know what I want for this exterior, I guess, is the main problem. It's where I'm stuck. It's like, how do I want this thing to look? So I'm open to any and all suggestions. I definitely don't want it to be just like solid, you know, just this. I don't want it to be... Let me just run, you know, run those down and call it a day. I don't want that. But beyond that, I am wide open. I like the idea of pipes. And I definitely want lights. But it's that fine balance between not enough and too much, right? Like that's the problem. because I really would like, let's just use, delete that and that. Let's use this one as an example. I was doing this earlier. I don't know if you were in here when I was messing with this. Where's my beams? All right, we wanted, how did I do this? Had it on diagonal. That's not even centered. That's centered. Boom, 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 boom. So see, like this, I was thinking at first, kind of having this random scattering the exterior, like no rhyme or reason to it. Where are, I don't have a glass roof, 4 meters. That's not the right angle, is it? No, it's not the right angle. And they don't have an 8-meter roof piece, do they? Huh. I mean, that's kind of cool. It's like a hatch that's open. Or would you want to go smaller? I'm not sure that you could actually... I'm not quite sure how you'd actually do that, though. It does look out of place. Which looks out of place? All of it? Or you're talking about this one random light, like sign here. Oops. Yeah, I don't disagree. That's why I kind of wanted it random, but I was going to try to blueprint it, but to blueprint randomness, I need like 17, 20 different blueprints and just kind of cycle through them, which I guess I could technically do, right? Or you go back and add them in like I did. What about... Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I don't disagree. That's why this is... I'm in the experimental phase. Right, I'm just trying to figure out what the hell I want to do. Boom, boom. That's the one, the one problem with this game is there's so many different things you can do. You get like just stuck in a wormhole. Beams are a good idea. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of feeling that a little bit more. Oop, that one didn't go far enough. Boom, boom, boom. That's kind of cool looking. No, that's a no-go. Kind of looks like a, what the hell is that thing? It looks like a, like a dungeon door. Maybe that's too much. Maybe you go... something along those lines. Gate thing. Yeah. Kind of like a castle gate. All right, let's say that we wanted this to be our other random spot. Let's see how it looks. No, don't delete that. So what did I do? I did this. No, I did the verticals first. No, I did not go down the middle first. That one didn't go right. There we go. How the hell did I do this one? There. think that matches. Fairly close. Nah. No, I'm not. It's just I'm not feeling it. Hmm. See, I'm not even feeling that either. Doo-doo-doo. All right, what if let's go over here. Plain Jane, just the pipes. Definitely not where I wanted to put that one. Mm-hmm. See, that's just, it's too uniform, right? Like, it's too... There's no randomness to it. So that leads me to believe maybe we don't... I wonder if this is what's throwing me off. Bum, bum. I think I know what I'm going to be doing the rest of today. Spending hours on Google, pulling up images to try to get some ideas because I'm about lost on how I want this. All right, like I know in my brain how I want it in my head. Vocalizing it and then putting it out here, it's not working. So what do we do in these spaces to make it look random? You know, I could do like what I did over at the starter factory. I could do like I did over there. Let me grab one of these. Bum, 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 bum. This is the definition of random. All right, let those build. And boom. Okay, so this is more what I'm thinking, because the concept I'm going behind is like, there's stuff going on inside this building, right? And I don't want it like looking like a commercial skyscraper where you just got windows and windows and windows with random lights on in offices, right? But I want the effect of like there's stuff going on inside that's visible from the outside. This is a bit more what I was thinking of. I don't know why it took me this long to get back around to it, because this is what I did. Like I said, this is what I did over at the starter factory on the ends of the different levels with that copper color that I had. Because this, you know what, this has the feel of there's a lot of light inside, and you got a few little vents and or windows for various aspects of it that are showing through. Maybe I do a different color light, the contrasting light to that red. But this is definitely more along the lines of what I was thinking of. Tim, vents and pipes. Yeah. Well, I mean, you could also do the same thing. I mean, I don't know if it would need to be as random. Talking about these vents. Right, yeah, like throw, hey, got a little something going on over here inside, maybe something right here. Kind of filled the negative space. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, that's more what I'm going for right there. Bum, bum, bum. And then what I could do, hold on, let's do something real quick. I know I added this down here, but let's delete it. So I can build me a quick little blueprint with this. Bum, 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 bum. All right, so I deleted these. So let's get these off of here and resave this. And there's no reason to throw those random lights or signs. I say lights, they're signs. The random ones that I just threw down on the blueprint, because once I blueprint them, they won't be random anymore. Let's clear this. Let's load. I don't remember which one it was. This one? Boom, 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 boom. Yep, it was this one. So I would want to keep all of that minus the sloped pieces. And we can call this version 2 just for simplicity's sake. Blueprint. I guess we really won't get the full effect without global illumination on. Medium. Okay. This is more... Yeah, this is more what I was thinking. Maybe not the pipes on every one. Maybe not the pipes on every one. Mm-hmm. I almost think it's fine without those vents. Or maybe they're less of them. You could almost do you could almost do different colors of those random signs that I put down also, because we've already got red. I don't know what color it'd be, but that would give it some contrast, right? Here, let's do this. Let's do this. Let me make one of these without those pipes there, so I can blueprint that. Clear load, it was this one. Which basically is just going to be just sloped walls. I really don't even need to do anything. I'll just delete this anyway. No pipe. Ooh, how's my caps on? Back up. No pipe. Alright, so we would have a no pipe here. Blueprint. Blueprint. Oh, well, no, why do those not line up? That was weird. Alright, and then we have a no pipe over here. Can we go ahead and just add the piped one in over here, even though the blueprint stuff's in the way? I can move it. No, I want this. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. What happened here? Who's off? That's weird. I don't know why those are off like that. Okay. Grab one of these. And just get after it. Probably too much. That one's off too. Huh. Now let's fix that real quick. Something when I did that, just this regular sloped one caused them to be off by one tick. Give me one of these. All right, let's run this guy over R. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see if this is what we're looking for. Come on, there we go. It's like a tanning bed underneath here. All right, where do we put this? It's gonna be at the bottom of the wall. I bet. Bet we can't even get to it yet. No. How about let's do this. Creature in the way. Okay, Bean. Get. Not what I wanted. Hmm. All right, bird's eye view. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. All right, now we're cooking with gas. I may completely go back and delete all this once I figure out the lighting situation, but at least want to get this side done. I say side, I want to get a portion of this side done so that I can have a little idea of if I'm going in the right direction. It's gonna plop right down. Ooh, 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 ooh. Nailed it. All right, let's see. Let me zoom out. Oh, I really like the light on the bottom. It's bouncing up off the natural terrain. I like the effect of what I got going on with that upper section. At this angle, it seems like a lot, right? But I'm looking straight at the red lights. How high can I go? About there. Actually, you know what? Vertical. Come on. There we go. Let's try this again. I like it. I definitely like the red on the bottom. Now, I probably could see myself doing something with that upper layer as a different color, or maybe less intense. And I'm gonna take a picture of this real quick. And let me think. You know, the randomization of those signs is lights. I like that with the one color. I don't know I would go with two colors. I think I would stick with that. Now, obviously, let me escape out of this. Obviously, this is going to continue up, right? Like if I'm making this a pyramid shape, I mean, it doesn't need to go to a point. I can flatten it off after a bit. You know, this is this one segment's 5, right? I believe. Can't really. Yeah, because I did it as 5 by 5. That's only 1, 2, 3. Now, what if? Ooh. Bum bum bum. I wonder if this would be too much. Bum bum. That's what I'm looking for. And I would want that one would be fine. No texts. We would want white, dark black, dark black. Is this what I want? Why are you not working? Did I set one of these wrong? White. Okay, definitely not that one. This one? Whoa. Why is that red? Is it just catching the reflection? Where's the dark black? All right, so that's not. That's got a weird effect. What if I made it red? Can't even see it. What is going on? Why is that glitching out like that? What if I made this one red? That is being really strange. Okay, well, never mind then. I don't know why that's doing that. We need to set a background first. I wonder if it's going to do it with this one too. Okay, it's not doing it with this one. I don't know if I like that. All that effort, not feeling. What about the gradient one? You know what you need to do here? We need to turn these upside down. Why won't you let me turn this upside down? There we go. Oh, because it snaps. Doesn't want to do it. So what if we nudge? Did I set those at different? Yes, I did. Now, I like that. That's kind of cool. It's not as Getting a little irritated with this computer freezing up. What if we went with the red? Oops. I think I need more of these to be able to like it. Let's just do a handful of them. See what we got here. Oops. Yeah, that's right. Bum, bum, bum. Never knew you could do that with the billboards. Which portion of the billboards? Like what part of what I was doing? Overlapping them? Or the gradient thing? I mean, some of those backgrounds are pretty cool, but I don't know why that one was glitching. Kind of like this, but I kind of don't. Like, it's almost like if I do... That gives me a good perspective, sort of. So it's almost like if I do this thing here. Oh yeah, the gradient thing. Yeah. If I do this number, do I really need red underneath here? Like, they both can't be the same, is what I'm saying. I don't think that works. Oops. Oop. Oh, no, no, no. No, no, no. Back up. Select. I think I screwed this one up. Hold on. Copy, paste. All right. Copy, paste, 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 paste. All right. Oops. How's the white look? White light. Uh-oh. Get up there. Get up there. Oh, no. There we go. I mean, maybe we can make something cool with that, but it may be too much if you run that around the entire perimeter. It may be also that it's just too tall. It just may simply be just too much. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think on that. Here, this I want to do this real quick. I want to put some random lights up here just so I can kind of get that not tilted wall, so I can get that effect that I'm going for. I accidentally put one here. Yeah, it's definitely random. So maybe like the second, that next level here. Zoom out so I can see. So maybe like that top level is a different color of those lights, because since it's technically a different floor of the power plant. But then again, you probably want to try to keep it consistent. What if we played with... I've been going about 3 hours. I'm about wrapped up. I've got to actually get ready for work here in a few. But let's play with these color filters real quick and see if we can't find something cool to take a screenshot with. I pushed the wrong button. Hang on. Boom, boom, boom. Vibrant. Ooh. Makes it pop a little bit more. It's too bleak. Whoa, too much. Good old days, that one's kind of cool. Oh, look at that. Too dark. No. End of times. That's cool. Yeah, there's new photo mode that they put in. Orange and purple, nah. Orange and teal, maybe. The new photo mode that they put in for 1.1. Pretty spectacular. Alright, effect filters. No. No. Definitely no. Whoa. That's intense. Comic. That's kind of cool. No. Alright, what if I make it daytime? With a little shadow. Ooh, that looks good. I think we've got to... No, come on. Wrong finger. Let's just shoot through these real quick. See if anything changes with it being daylight. As far as what we like. Now that one looks cool. Which one is that one? Somebody's sky. Maybe. True black and white. Man, I could spend hours doing this. Look at that one. That's pretty sweet looking. I'm definitely gonna have my I'll take the picture. I don't necessarily like that one. I'm definitely gonna have my pick for thumbnails for this episode. Bum, 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 bum. All right, let's go check our sulfur distribution, and then I'm gonna call it a day. I need to go get ready for work and do all that fun stuff. Dun, 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 dun. $456. I think I needed $450, so perfect. This should be 1,050 or thereabouts. 1,046. So we're doing good. All right. Well, I think yeah, I'm done for the day. I appreciate everybody tagging along. Tim, appreciate the input. Gigglesby, if you're still here. No, you left earlier. You had to go to work. Well, anyway, thank y'all for helping me with some of my creative brick walls that I've been hitting. I'm excited to kind of play around with this a little bit more and get this exterior going. So, but anyway, y'all all have a great Friday. If it is Friday where you're at, and we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.